Hello everybody, once again here I am, Juan from Juan's Garage, and I'm working in the backyard while our little friend next door is yapping. Anyway, so we haven't turned the sprinklers on because it had rained plenty, and now suddenly we got something here that sprung a big leak. So today's hot tip of the day is going to be how to fix a broken sprinkler line. Alrighty, here we go, let's get to work. First things first is dig out the hole. I got a piece of skimboard here. I usually like to dump the dirt on. It just makes it cleaner when you put the earth back. And here's my favorite handy dandy narrow spade shovel. We're gonna dig it up and we're gonna see how this goes. All right guys, let's get to work and see what we find, what's broken underneath the earth. Okay guys, so we dug out the hole and this is what we find, right? So the good thing is that this is the end of the line right here, okay? So I'm gonna see if I can get in here. That's your riser, okay? So somewhere, somehow it broke off. So now you say, okay, you probably got a bunch of mud. Yikes, let me get this mud and dirt that fell in here. So you're gonna replace that. Now you have to flush the mud and the dirt out. So another thing you might want to do before you do that is prepare it. So you get one ready, okay? The thing is, how high do you have to go with that? So typically, to get the height, just lay a shovel across the opening and you'll see how high you have to go. I like to leave mine just a little below the surface. So if this is this high here, you can see that I just have to cut one segment off. That's going to be one of these little segments here, okay? You just cut one off, and that should be the perfect height for your sprinkler head. So you get that ready, you twist this off, you're going to replace the next one, and then you're going to turn the sprinkler on to flush all the dirt and grime out. After that, you take and you twist your sprinkler head back on, and that's all you did. Piece of cake. There should be nothing intimidating about this. If anything, you find out what broke, and if you don't want to do this, you call a plumber to come and do that. But they're going to charge you a lot of money. So you do this yourself, you get a little bit of dirt on your hands, and it's no big deal. Anyway, here we go. So that's the trick. Remember, knee pads come in handy. I got this board, all my dirt's on the board. So when I'm done, I just shovel the dirt off the board into the hole, compact it, and you're good to go. So the next step is to take that fitting out and just untwist, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So left, counterclockwise, take it out, put the new one in, all right? I'll show you. Okay, so I measured it and I'm gonna cut 2 of these little segments off. I think that'll work for me. I'll put some more Teflon tape over this. Now there's an argument whether or not you need Teflon tape for these plastic fittings. They say you don't, but I always like to put Teflon. It makes it glide easier. And you know what, I don't get any leaks. I get fewer leaks that way. Not that it matters, but okay, here we go. So I don't know if you've ever used one of these, but you're gonna, once again, I'm doing this stuff one-handed. You're gonna put this in between here and it just cuts that section off. Piece of cake. Okay, having cut that segment off, here it is here, and putting the Teflon tape on it. Usually 3 wraps is good enough. Here. Okay, so now we're gonna take this guy off, just unscrew him. Now this is the lowest part of the yard, so see, it's bubbling out. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this guy and I'm gonna put him in. Okay, hand tight, screw them in. Now, water bubbles out because this is the lowest part of the yard. So the sprinkler water is draining this way. Now, once it comes up to this level, and I don't know if you can see it, the water will normalize. Water will seek its level, okay? So, all right, so now we're ready for the next step, and that is just to verify that we've got the right height. You put that next to it, and see, you're right below your shovel. That was kind of like your marker. So that's gonna work, okay? Now let's turn on the sprinkler. We're gonna flush this line out to get all the dirt out so it doesn't plug your sprinkler, and then you screw it on, okay? That's the next step. Okay, turn it off. Okay, there you go. Okay, now, before this hole fills up and gets a bunch of dirt back in there, you screw your sprinkler head in. Okay. Easier said than done. There we go. Now, if you look closely, this little guy has some arrows to show you which way the water is going to squirt. So you might have to turn it on again just to make sure this guy's squirting in the pattern that you want to, okay? Anyway, there you are. That's a sprinkler. All right, so now comes the finishing part. We're just gonna slide this over and then just start shoveling dirt in here carefully until we fill it, okay? But that's why you have the board, you see? You don't get grass or dirt that gets left all over your grass. It's all here on the board. Makes it a cleaner job. Okay, so now we're gonna turn the sprinkler on and we're gonna make sure it's aiming the right way. Now it's hard to tell, but the sun I'm getting water from the other sprinkler, but he looks to be okay. You can see where he's spraying his patterns over here on the sidewalk. You might have to crank him over just a little bit, all right? And then I'm gonna adjust the amount that it sprays by tweaking the top. In here, there's a little screw and you can adjust it, okay? All right, that way if you wanna decrease the amount that it's spraying, you tighten it or loosen it. Also, you just have to grab the sprinkler. Okay, like I said earlier, you just take this and you just crank this by hand, okay? And when you tighten it up, an important thing is just think about your tightening bottle cap on your Coke bottle or water bottle, whatever. Don't tighten it too hard, just a little snug. That way if you have to rotate it, you can either go clockwise or counterclockwise. Anyway, that's a hot tip of the day from Juan's Garage. Do this stuff yourself, you save a lot of money, and you'll learn something, all right? Get out there and get your hands dirty. Have a great day. We'll see you.